Hello, and glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about consistency. I'd like to have a conversation around this because it's really one of those things that whenever I'm in a conference or whenever I'm in a meeting or whatever, and someone asks a question about one of the main things that you need to grow your business, to build your following, to build trust. This is one of the main things that always comes up: consistency, consistency, consistency. So, what makes consistency, one of those main pillars that you need to maybe look at as you're building your business, as you are, whether you're just starting, whether you've been doing it for a while? Uh, Tell me what you think. So as you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know what you think about this topic of consistency. Is it something that, some people struggle with? Yes, it is. Is it something that you struggle with or, people that you know? And just let me know what you think. And we're going to have a conversation today. And and I hope that you'll join in with me and share information in the chat box. Whatever that is. Whatever you have to share to bring to this conversation, and we'll go from there. So let me. And this is whether you're watching it live or on the replay. It really. I go back and I check later, for because a lot of people aren't always on when I go live, but they do catch it later on the replay. So let me introduce myself. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do this in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, I use lead generation, as well as video marketing, and giving updated, modern, and trending strategies and tips. And a lot of times, the gold is from when I'm sharing, it's the goal, it's from things that have been working for like a really long time. And it's things that people have finally put, it's like a staple. It's one of those things. And that's what I think, that's what I believe. And that is what I know consistency to be to me. It's one of those main staples. It's one of those main things that you want to always strive for. And I see that there are people that have some issues with that, but we can all strive to be better. None of us are ever perfect. And I'll tell you a little story right quick. For me, I have a perfection. Let me put it this way: I'm a recovering perfectionist. So for me, being consistent was like, that was just it. One of those people that had to have everything, my T's crossed, my I's dotted, showing up, making sure that I was on time, making sure that I was sharing what I was supposed to share that day, and so on. And a lot of that came from my being so perfectionistic. And then as I decided that that was not something that, to be proud of, to be so perfectionistic, it's not real, and I wanted to be real, and I wanted to be able to share and be able to, share even the things like this perfectionism that, like I said, I'm a recovering perfectionist, and to be able to do that and still do the things that I need to do, you know, is without, because I do get stuck sometimes in that still, and I continue to, you know, it's a challenge, and I continue to say, nope, no, perfectionism is not what we're going for. What we're going for is being able to share information that's helpful, that's, uplifting, that's, empowering, that's helping someone to learn something. And it's not all about having all your T's, crossed and your I's dotted, because perfectionism or perfection is fleeting. Once you get to where you think the perfection is, and it's already gone, it's so for me, that was how I got to be so consistent, because people would say they could sit there watch by me. even with my kids, it was hard when I, was not able to leave exactly when I knew that we needed to leave because of something, that would happen with the kid. Either have to change the diaper at the last minute or change my clothes because they soiled me because, I'm trying to change this diaper real quick and get out of here and get out to work. And it's one of those things where, and little boys will do it to you all the time. And I had two boys, babies, and so I can remember trying to keep my perfectionism going, but it just wasn't really working. When you have kids, you kind of have to really think about it, and I just wasn't able to be as perfectionistic as I wanted to be and as I had been, and that was okay. I had to tell myself that it was okay, and I was constantly apologizing. I'm so sorry. We were on our way out the door and I had to stop and really, excuses and telling, people really didn't care, especially back then. This is like 20 something years ago. And they just wanted you to do what you're supposed to do and get it done. But people now are, I think not as tense, and they don't need to know all the hows and the whys and what have you. They just want you to show up when you're supposed to and get things done, or at least that's the way it was before, when I was dealing with my kids. And I've noticed today it's not as hard and fast, and people are saying, especially online. I don't know what it's like out there anymore, but online it's like, be yourself, be real, you know be authentic. And that's what I want to be. And being perfect is not being authentic for me. So for me, people could set their watch by me. They could set they could always count on me to, show up to do what it was that I said I was going to do. And then, certain things would happen. And then stuff happens and you can't always do that. And so when you think about that, how does that make you feel? And are you consistent always? I don't think any of us can be always. There's always, something that can happen. There's stuff that happens, and we can't do the things that we think would be, the best all the time. And that was something I had to learn and be able to deal with. But being consistent in your business as you're building it, as you're building your following, it's still one of those things that's really important. It's and let me know if you have anything to share, just let me know what you think about this. Because for me, being consistent is now not being perfect. It's being honest. It's showing up when you say you're going to show up. It's like, excuse me, it's like having a plan and following that plan, and your schedule, how you schedule things, and being able to show up and do what it is that you want to do, or what you said you were going to do, and be able to really give some help, some value, something to lift somebody, something to empower, to inspire, you know to also help educate, to give knowledge and share that knowledge. And that's what I want to do, and that's what's important. And I don't want people waiting around on me. So I want to be able to be on time and do what it is that I say I'm going to do. So I have just a couple of notes here, and one of them, which I already talked about, was planning and scheduling whatever it is that you're going to do, your post, your stories, your whatever it is that you want to share, and however it is you want to share it, your lives, my lives. I want to show up Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 noon. And it's, for me, it's 12 or 12 p.m., for me in Central CD, what is it, Central Daylight Saving Time right now. I want to be able to show up and allow people to get what it is that I'm trying to share, and I want to be able to share it in a way where it's not, so regimented that, I want to be able to share something of value to help you to be able to move forward in your business, in your growing your following, in your, as you continue to do the things that you want to do, what you think is best for you, what you think is best for your following, what you think is best for your tribe. I want you to be able to do that and do it with ease and not stress and not perfectionism. Um, I have, which, and these are things I've already mentioned, but I want to make sure that I did get everything. So it's important to show up. It's important to show up when nobody else does. It doesn't matter whether you see people, watching you or whether you don't. What matters is what you came to do, and are you going to show up and do that and share the information that you want to share? Share whatever it is that you want to share. Share something that's on your heart, whatever that might be, that's going to lift someone up. It's so important because people, I mean, I still see and hear, we live in a busy, crazy world, and online is really, crowded and busy. And it's important for me to be able to share something that's going to help someone in some way, whether that's lifting them up, whether it's, like I said, educating, whether it's entertaining, whatever. You don't want to be able to share that and allow us to have a conversation, a back and forth, and where you share what it is that you think, where you share what it is that you feel about this. Are you having trouble with that? What can help you with that? And, have you thought about it? Have you done some research on it? For me, a lot of times I do a lot of research, and I like to be able to back things up with information that I've found that, okay, so most people are looking to be consistent, but they're not, but they're steadily, moving forward to that point. And like I said, we're not looking for perfectionism. We're looking for doing the best that we can do to share, help, uplift, educate, inspire, to do what we can to empower and help others that we want to help. Those people that come to listen to us, those people that want to hear what it is that we have to say. And then the other thing that I wanted to say is, and this is one of the really important things for me as well, is when I'm sharing information, I want to be able to share it in such a way that if you feel comfortable, that you feel like, you're maybe at my house and we're having a conversation, or, I'm maybe at your house, or maybe we're having coffee and we're just talking about something. I don't want it to be like where you feel like you're in a classroom and you got to write all this stuff down, and such and such. I mean, you can always go back and re-listen to a video, when you have time, and maybe re-listen and pick out what was helpful for you. So it's important for me to be real. It's important for me to be authentic. It's important for me to be me and to be able to let you see that without shame, without upset, frustration, to be able to just come to you and be able to share what it is that I'm sharing today. I mean, I hope that you're understanding what I'm saying, and consistency is important. So showing up is important, making sure that you follow your plan and, do what it is that you really want to do, and give out what it is that value that you really want to give out, and allow people to be able to come back and take a look later, and and then maybe make comments later, because sometimes people don't have time at a certain time that I go live during the day. I mean, this is a global audience, and so there are people that are sleeping now that will catch this later. There are people that are, it's evening now, it could be really, really early in the morning, who knows. But my main thing is that I want to be relatable to those people that I'm sharing with. I don't want to have things so regimented that people feel like they're stressed. I want you to just be able to come and have a sit in my living room, and we sit and we talk about consistency, or whatever it is that I'm going to talk about that day. And you can put in your comments, your things that that you are struggling with, or things that you are, like are you having difficulties with being inconsistent as opposed to being consistent, that kind of thing. So I don't want to keep going with this, but just hope that it was helpful. I hope that it was something that was valuable, that gave you something to think about. And, just being yourself. And when you share, being one of those people that can just say what it is that they need to say and listen and take in comments and share those, if people don't mind that, and be able to use that to help someone, to use it to grow their business, their following, and as they continue to grow in their business and learning how to do this online thing. So I'm going to go on and get off of here. I hope that this was good for you. Like I said, please, if you have questions, you can always direct message me in Messenger. And if you want to go a little deeper with this, that's fine. We can always do that and share some more information, and maybe have a conversation. So I'm going to go on and get off here. So no matter where you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of whatever that is for you. And I'm going to go on and get off here and get to the rest of my day as well. And talk soon. Bye now.